All right, welcome back to Toy Car Part 6.0, which means optional. So if you are ahead or on pace, you can do this assignment. If you're behind, I would suggest not doing this assignment. And this is to put lettering on the side of your tire, which is kind of cool looking, even if you decide not to do it. So we had made a plane at some point that was kind of out from the tire. So if you open up your construction tab, there should be, and you hover over this, we should have made a plane somewhere kind of out there. If you don't have it, you can make an offset plane, offset from this flat surface. Should know how to do that by now. I'm going to use this plane. I'm going to sketch on that plane. Okay. All right. Now, next thing is we need to make a circle that's a little bit bigger than this inside circle. So we're going to create a circle, hook it up to the origin, and make it just a little tiny bit bigger than that. It's going to be blue because we haven't locked it, and that's fine. All right. Now we are going to create text, okay? And we're going to start somewhere up here. Before we get started, our type needs to be text on path. And we need to select the path, which is that blue line that we just made, okay? Now it gives us a bunch of stuff. Here's our sample text going along here. Now yours might be huge because I know before I did this, it's like, oh my God, looks like this. Don't worry, just change your height to something like 0.8. Seems to be good, maybe 0.9. Yeah, so something that works, that's that's on this curved surface, but not going outside of the curved surface. All right, so there's a lot of different things we can do right here, but you can just start doing what you want. You can call it your own name if you want. A few spaces to put that around. I think I'll call it a radial, I don't know, FST for fast. Cool. Okay, and you'll see that it starts kind of showing up. I'll do a few more spaces and put some sort of tire code that I don't even know what they are, but I'll make something up just because it sounds good. I don't know, kind of like that. And then you can adjust your spacing a little bit, figure out where you want it to be. You can choose different fonts. Avoid things like Algerian that has these weird kind of crossover sort of things. You might have a hard time extruding that. So don't do, like script text that's cursive looking. It can be interesting, but it can't be something that is uh, really ornate like this or swirly like this kind of thing is not going to turn out really well. Okay, even though it looks cool, you got to do something kind of basic. So I'm going to stick with my Arial. Okay, maybe make it bold. Okay, that looks cool. All right. Once you got it the way you want it to look, we're going to say okay, and we're going to finish the sketch. Now, remember, that's way in the heck out there, and this is going to look weird when we first extrude it, but don't worry, it's going to be fine. So we're going to extrude, not emboss this time, and we're going to click on what we've got, and where'd my arrow go? Sometimes you need to zoom out. There it is. I'm going to go that way, and now I'm going to make sure I go to object, and I'm going to select this curved face. Now, it might not go at first. It might give me an error warning because I have to choose two adjacent faces in order for that to work. And it might take a minute for that to happen. Oh, weird. It's not selecting some of it. Let me try that again. There's a lot of math going on here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll select my text first, then hit extrude. Sometimes you have to tell the computer what you want. I'm going to select to object first and select that. Let's hope that it works. Select two adjacent faces. There we go. Yeah, if you have problems, just try it again a couple times, see what happens. If you're still having problems, tell me. All right, cool. Now, I know it looks weird. We're going to fix it. Like, okay. Hey, you kind of going to do the same thing we did with the text. Now, it's going to take a minute for this to, all this stuff is a lot of math going on and a lot of computing for this to work. So sometimes it's going to take a minute for this to get through its processing. So I paused the video. It took about a good minute and a half for it to process that. All right. Now, obviously that looks weird. We're going to fix it by, again, we're going to sketch on one of the planes that kind of cuts through the tire like that one. Okay. And we're going to slice into it. Now, see, I do see part of one of the lettering right here. You might see lettering over here, and that's okay. Now we need to kind of cut just to the outside of this. So we're going to create an arc, a 3-point arc. We're going to start kind of up where you know you're above the surface up here and where you know you're kind of below the surface down there. And we're going to kind of hug the outside just a little bit out. So we just want it to stick out just a little bit. And then we're going to create some lines. We're just going to create our cutting tool by hooking up to here. Just come way out here because doesn't even matter where. We're just using this as a cutting tool, okay, to go make sure you're way outside where the lettering is going to be. Now we're going to finish sketch and we're going to revolve that thing. Again, it might take a minute to do it. We're going to revolve that shape around this axis. Make sure it says cut, click OK. Again, it might take a minute. Mine happened right away. And now you've got your lettering. Now you could go through if you wanted to and select these faces and make them a color if you wanted to. That might look kind of cool. Up to you. Good job. If you did this, go ahead and take an image of it. Even though it's an optional thing, just want to see what you did and turn that puppy in. Good job, folks. See you soon for modifying the car body and making axles and all that sort of stuff. See you next time.